Everyone wants to look their best, but when the desire to look better than everyone else becomes an obsession, things can quickly get out of hand. Here are 10 people who took plastic surgery way too far. Let's go. At number 10 is Rodrigo Alves. Now this guy is serious about looking like a Ken doll. It's basically his full-time job. He spends a ton of time and money on plucking, lasers, bleach, and makeup, not just for his face, but down to his shiny plastic-like skin. In fact, he spent over $900,000 on plastic surgeries to achieve that doll-like appearance. Now, it all started back in high school where he was bullied a lot for his appearance. At 16, he had abnormal hormonal fluctuations that caused him to grow breasts, and he was constantly teased about his nose, which he referred to as potato-like. So it's no surprise that he fell in love with surgery after his parents took him for breast removal surgery at 17. To achieve that shiny skin, he's had countless skin grafting surgeries and had about 10 surgeries just to get his nose right. Unfortunately, he got an infection during his 6th nose job that almost killed him and left him unable to breathe properly. He also had a surgery on his arms to make them more muscular, but it ended up leaving him paralyzed. Despite the very real threat of having his arms chopped off, he survived and was able to get them working again. Number 9. Vanilla Shamu. Meet the Japanese model Vanilla Shamu, who took the trend of getting eyelid surgery to look more Western to a whole new level. She wanted to transform her body into a French doll, so she started by bleaching her skin to look more Caucasian. Then she dyed her hair ginger and worked on her face, lips, and nose. And of course, she got the popular eyelid surgery too. She's been working on this transformation since her teens, and she spent over $100,000 on about 30 plastic surgeries so far. But get this, she's not even done yet. She's planning on getting that super dangerous height-lengthening surgery that would make most people cringe just thinking about it. It's definitely a pretty extreme transformation, but hey, to each their own, right? Number 8. Ethan. Ethan, who took his love for tattoos to the extreme, and you might wonder what the heck would someone do that for. We're talking about ear stretching, tongue snipping, and even eyeball tattooing. This guy was not messing around. It all started when Ethan was just 11 years old and got hooked on tattoos. He started stretching his ears with plugs, which, let's be real, was pretty trendy back in the day, but he didn't stop there. No sir, he wanted to be different and he was willing to go to extreme lengths to achieve it. Over the years, Ethan experimented with all kinds of tattoos and body modifications, racking up an impressive 40 surgeries by the time he was just 22. And we're not just talking a few discreet tattoos here and there. This guy's got ink covering every inch of his skin. He's basically a walking, talking art exhibit. But it's not just the tattoos that make Ethan stand out, it's the more unique modifications that really set him apart. We're talking belly button removal, tongue snipping, and even eyeball tattooing. Yup, you read that right. Dude got his eyeballs tattooed. It's like he took the phrase, "eyes are the windows of the soul," a little too literally. Of course, with great body modifications come great risks. Ethan could have gone blind when he decided to get his eye tattoos, but luckily everything turned out okay. And now he's got hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram who are completely captivated by his one-of-a-kind look. Number 7. Pixie Fox. So, back in 2015, this incredible lady, known as Pixie Fox, got on a mission to have the tiniest waistline in the world. She started by wearing a corset every single day, which actually got her waist to about 18 inches. Not too shabby, right? But that wasn't enough for her. Pixie wanted to take it to the next level, so she decided to have 6 of her ribs removed. And before that surgery, she had already undergone a bunch of other cosmetic procedures, including a Brazilian butt lift, liposuction on her inner and outer thighs, 4 nose jobs, cheek fillers, 4 breast jobs, lip fillers, a mini brow lift, permanent makeup, and, of course, Botox surgeries. Whew, that's a lot. The rib removal surgery took about 4 hours, and she's already planning on making more modifications to her body. Speaking of which, my name is Paulina, and I actually spent over 200,000 pounds on my own plastic surgery. Crazy, right? Number 6. Toby Sheldon. We're living in strange times, folks. This guy was so obsessed with Justin Bieber so much so that he decided he wanted to look exactly like him. So he went to a plastic surgeon with a picture of Bieber and said, "Make me look just like that." And boy, did he spend a ton of money, over $100,000, on getting his lips, nose, eyes, hair, and face done repeatedly until he felt it was just right. But when news got out that Toby had undergone all these surgeries to look like Justin Bieber, people made fun of him quite a bit. In fact, he even appeared on a show called Botched in 2014, which is all about people who've had terrible plastic surgeries. But it gets even sadder. Toby tried to launch a music career as a Bieber lookalike, but it totally flopped. And then in 2015, he went missing and was later found dead in a motel after taking some harmful substances. It's a really tragic end to an interesting story. Number 5. Cindy Jackson. This woman looks pretty normal at first, but it turns out that she's actually had over 45 non-surgical procedures and 14 surgeries to achieve her look. She's had all sorts of things done, like a chin reduction, 2 eye lifts, liposuction, 2 nose jobs, 3 facelifts, as well as semi-permanent makeup, chemical peels, and Botox fillers. Crazy, right? It all started when Cindy inherited some money after her dad passed away when she was 21, and she used that money to get some minor surgeries. She never liked her appearance, so it was a chance to change things up and feel better about herself. But over time, it became an obsession and she started going for body modifications just a few months apart. At one point, she even held a record for having the most plastic surgeries done on her body. And even after losing that record, she still went ahead and had a neck lift done. Nowadays, Cindy runs her own plastic surgery consulting service where she advises celebrities on how to get natural-looking results from their surgeries. Number 4. Dennis. So this guy took things to the next level by transforming himself into what he believed was his spirit animal, a tiger. Don't laugh, this is a true story. I can't make this shit up. It all started when he was 23 and got a tiger stripe tattoo. And then he just kept going, adding more tattoos and undergoing surgeries to make him look more like a cat. He got elongation, brow implants, and even had his nose flattened. And get this, he wears synthetic whiskers that go through holes in his lips. But here's the thing, body modifications like this are actually illegal in the US if they're not considered normal by society's standards. So Dennis had to have them done by independent artists without anesthesia. Ouch. But he thinks it's all worth it to become more like his spirit animal. Number 3. Anne. I know you've seen people who've had plastic surgeries to look younger, but have you ever heard of the opposite? Well, meet Anne. She became a grandma at just 47 and was tired of people mistaking her son for her boyfriend, and even younger guys in their 20s flirting with her. This caused problems in her relationships and even led to 2 breakups. So, to put an end to all this unwanted attention, Anne decided to make herself look much older. She got the inverse of Botox, which actually added wrinkles to her face. She found the attention from younger guys to be boring and just wanted to live her life without any of that hassle. It's definitely a pretty unconventional reason for plastic surgery, but hey, to each their own, right? Number 2. Max Sprague. Meet Max Sprague, the lizard man. This man is pretty extreme when it comes to body modifications. He spent over 700 hours in tattoo sessions to give himself reptile scales, and even got implants in his eyebrows and a split tongue to look more like a lizard. It's definitely a pretty wild look, and he's becoming something of a freak show attraction as he tours the world. But why would someone go this far? Well, the lizard man believes that he's a mythical creature, and this is how he reflects that. It's definitely not something that most people would do, but hey, again, to each their own, right? Number 1. Herbert Chavez. Herbert Chavez wanted to be Superman for real, like a real superhero, no cosplaying here. And I'm talking about the real shit. It wasn't just a childhood dream for him, he actually went under the knife to make it happen. He spent more than $8,000 on about 19 surgeries between 1995 and 2012 to get the look he wanted, including ab implants, liposuction, skin whitening, and nose jobs. And once he achieved his goal, he started dressing up as Superman and going out on the streets. He said he admires Superman because he's such a good guy. It's definitely an unusual way to live your life, but hey, again and again, to each their own, right? And with that, we wrap up today's video with this question. Which of these people indeed took it too far? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.